Introduction. There is no extremely important thing that can really make a break the success of any website, but a lot of webmasters are underutilizing it, or worry, are not using it at all. That is the analysis specifically Google Analytics. What makes Google's Analytics so great? Well, not only is it great way to monitor how much traffic your site is getting and where it's coming for, but if you use it properly, you can gain of wealthy of other information, including your bounce rate, most popular page or article, and even your conversation rate. The trouble is, it can be confusing. There are a ton of features that seem hopefully hidden, almost a wide variety of options, and the majority of people don't even know they are there, much less how to use them. In this guide, you are going to learn about some of the most important features of Google's analysis and how you can use those features to improve your traffic conversation and more. So let's get started. Shall be digitally analysis. The first thing you need to do is create a Google Analytics account if you don't already have one. You can use your existing Google account, just sign in fresh. Sign up, you're ready to start using Google Analytics. Next, you will need to add a site to analysis. To do this, you can take a look at this great guide Google has already made for you. Analysis with WordPress. If you are using a WordPress and a great number of sites are there, you can use Netflix little plugin it to make it easier to install analysis on your page. This is especially helpful if you them doesn't already have a specific place to add your analysis code. Some do. If if your them doesn't, you might want to check out the analysis by your past plugin. This plugin will connect to your analysis account and let you choose which site you want to track and will them automatically add your analysis code to all of your post and page. Take a look at the plugin here. The 5 report suite. There are 5 report suite inside Google Analytics that will each of for your different type of information. These 5 different report time include relay time, audience, acquisition, behavior, conversation. Some site may not use all of these report. For example, you are not selling anything, you may not need to use the conversation suite. However, it is still useful for tracking conversation to your email list and such. Real time. Real time report let you know what is happening with your site right now. You can find out what is happening on your website at the moment you are viewing the report. This will give you live information about how much traffic you are getting and what page people are currently viewing. Audience. The audience report will give you information about the people visiting your site. They let you know their demographics such as age and generate the interest, where they are located, what type of device and browser they use, etc. Acquisition. Acquisition report will tell you where your traffic is coming from. It gives your information such as keyword used to find you kind links they came from. This will help you determine which your most effective keyword and marketing channel. Behavior. The behavior report let you know information such as which page people are viewing, where they go, how fast your page load, etc. This will tell you which article are most popular and what you could do make people enjoy your content more. Conversation. The conversation report will let you know how effective your site is at making sales or getting email sign off, getting user to take whatever other action you would like to them to take. Those are the five different type of report and what type of information you can get from each one. Ideally, you will be using each of these different type of reports in order to take full advantage of the power offered by Google Analytics. You can learn a lot about how to increase your traffic and conversation by using this report. Basic date range report. Using data range can help you in many ways. It will allow you not only to see your traffic over a time period, but also compare it to other time period in the past to see if your traffic is growing or shrinking and how to certain event affected your traffic. If you look at the top of your screen while logging into Analytics, you will notice date range. You can set this pretty much any date range you want to in order to see historical data and compare your information to time in the past. This is a useful figuring out if your traffic is growing or shrinking when you might have had speaker in traffic to figure out what you may have contributed to the speaker, etc. You can also compare data easily by selecting compare to in order to select two different time period in the order to get a comparison that will show you different lanes to let you compare historical data. Here is how to do it. Just like the compare to box after you click your data range and then select a time period you want to compare it to. Note, you can do this while viewing a single site or while viewing an overview of your entire account at once to give you snapshot of how all your site are doing. Here is what is the look like to view your main page with this and here is what it look like to view a single site. If you look at the bottom of your chart, you can add a annexion. This will help you add note to remind you in the future what happened on the certain date. For example, you might add notes such as run Facebook order traffic up 28%, launched new website, added article on Pinterest traffic doubled overnight, site hacked traffic dropped by 75% for several days. Not only will this help you figure out what kind of marketing and search is working, but if you sell your site later, you will be able to remember what happened at various time in order to explain traffic displayed to potential buyer. Date range make it easy to get an idea of how your traffic is growing or shrinking. Be sure to remember to add those annotation to measure traffic events so you remember what caused them. Goals are function or analytic that dramatical and unreused. Many people don't even know goals exist in analytic or in other know little about them, don't know how to use them. Goals can be very helpful. Goals will let you track and effectiveness of your sales funnel, your sequence page, your ads, etc. Here's how goals work. 1. Traffic comes in from a specific traffic source. 2. You have a specific action you want to people to take. 3. User take that action. 4. You know 1. Where the traffic come from, how many people saw the offer and how many people took the desired action. To set up a goal, open analyze and go to admin at the top of the page. The link goes on the left-hand menu. Select New Goals, then select Customer. Click Next Step. Choose a name for your goals. It can be whatever you want to, but be sure it will be easy for you to remember that you are tracking with it. You might name it something like a squeeze page for weight loss, the report for example. There are several types of events you can track. Destination. User ends up at a specific page. Duration. Use is one page for specific length of time. Page screen. Per season, user view at least X number of pages. Event user views and video for example. Let's say your ultimate goal is to get user to make it to the download page for your lead magnet, which happen after they obtain your list. You had to choose a destination goal, then set your value to the URL of your thank you page. If you if you had like to details information about setting of all the different type of goals, here is an depth tutorial for analytics. Particle user for analytics. There are so many users for analytics it would be impossible name of them in short guide, but we're going to take a look at some of the best way you can use analytics to increase your traffic and income. Identifying successful content. Analytics is great at figuring out which page your visitor are landing on most. Not, not only that, it will also let you where they go next. This is useful for finding out which content is most effective at pulling in traffic so you can write more content along the same line. Let's say you see larger proportion of your traffic visiting an article on Pinterest marketing. You could write more article on Pinterest marketing, going more in depth or covering different angle. Or you could write article about different type of social media like Facebook or Twitter. Identifying your key content is important because you will be able to decide what type of content you should write more of, what kind of content isn't working so you don't waste time on it, which topic your visitor are most interested in, which article to focus link on to boost their search ranking. Getting more search engine traffic. Everyone want to more traffic from research engine, but without analytics, it can be hard to figure out where to concentration your effort. Can use analytic figure plan help you boost your search engine posting and attract more traffic. Most of your information for this will come from the acquisition for report. If you go to acquisition search engine optimization queries, you will discover your keyword people are using to find your site. It will also tell you the position you were in at the time and how many people clicked it when they saw your page on Google. Note this will be more accurate if your site is added to Google Webmaster Tool and link it to your analytic account. Here are some ways you can use analytics to get more traffic from search engine. Identify successful and unsuccessful content. Figure out which keyword users are using to find your site. Find out which keyword you are ranking near page 1 for you so you can get a few more links to boost them to the first page. Find out which page are most popular so you can send more report to them. Find out which keyword are getting the highest CTR in search result to know which article might need to be changed, such as little or description change to get more click. Which traffic source are working best? If you visit your dashboard and go to acquisition all traffic source medium, you will find out which site are sending you the most traffic. This can be helpful in figuring out where to focus your marketing effort, as well as what you could improve to get more traffic from other side. It can also yet if too much of your traffic is coming from single source, which is dangerous. For example, if most of your traffic is coming from Google and there is a huge update that drop you ranking, your your whole site would be in serious conclusion. Analytic is complex tools but that make it increasingly useful. Yes, it take a bit of getting used it. It is not one of those intuitive tools that put everything right at the figure out of the average user. But if you really take the time to develop deep into it, Analytic can really help you boost your traffic conversation and income. Analytic can be used to traffic source, traffic source. See which keyword people are using to find your site. Take track conversation result. Learn what content people want to more of and much more. Don't be like the average analytic user who install it on their site and then forget in other and maybe checking overall traffic number now and then. Take the time to learn the different feature and how you use the effectively. Trust me, you will really be glad you resources. Here are a quick link to the resources mentioned in the guide. Google Analytics. Analytics set of help. Google Analytics Google's help. Your some tools will help you make the most of the traffic that you have been tracking. Landing page monkey, catch monkey, social share monkey, pop up monkey, countdown monkey, attention monkey key.